Abhi, coming back to the next segment, you spoke about the life-changing habits, and we often talk about that, even if it's on the Facebook or through other social media or through YouTube. But I really wanted to know what kind of remedies. When we say remedies, what are remedies? That is my first question. What are remedies? Is waking up early should be called a remedy? Then I think it is a remedy. Everyone should do it. What are the remedies we should work on? What are the remedies really work on us? So please, इस पे भी थोड़ा सा मार्गदर्शन कीजिए.
I am the last person in the world to be talking about remedy.
That is the only reason I'm asking it.
I am the last person why I don't believe. Okay, what is
अभी भैया lately पता क्या हुआ? Like lately what has happened? Some of the audience which are with us from the last 2-3 years, they are also started teasing me that you are behaving like a little Gitanshu Malhotra now, Aman Bedi.
No. You are a known personality. You know,
No,
everybody.
So
Anybody.
why you are not considering remedies as actual remedies? Then I always ask them, what when you talk about remedies, what are remedies? That's why I wanted to know, what are remedies? Is life-changing habits considered as a remedy? Then it is a good remedy. Everyone should do it.
That is the exact question. What is remedy?
Right.
Okay. When you were a little child,
Ji.
and your mother needed to scare you that don't go there. So you used to say there is a ghost there, don't go there.
Right.
This is what used to happen.
Absolutely.
People who do not understand the scientific Vedic astrology.
Right.
How do you tell them that waking up early in the morning is good for you?
Right. Valid.
There are two ways. If you are intellectual, I'll explain it to you in this manner. That look, your mind and the enzymes that the mind secretes are inclined with the movement of earth and the rising and setting of the sun.
Right.
The moment the energy outside starts to rise, the moment that same energy starts to rise inside. Yat pinde, tat brahmande.
Right.
So when there is sunrise, there is the flush of energy inside you. And that flush of energy should not be wasted at the time sleeping, because you are at the subconscious level and your mind is most active. Why? Because your pineal glands, your other glands are active. They secrete the right kind of juices so that the body can heal and live longer. This is what happens in Brahm Muhurat. Brahm Muhurat is about 45 minutes before the sunrise.
Yes.
So before the sunrise, as the sun is about to dawn, your body inside is ready. Your mind is ready. Your glands are ready, secreting the right amount of enzymes.
Right.
The pituitary, the other important glands, the right amount of drops of enzymes that are to be secreted. You should be awake by that time. So people who get up before sunrise live longer. They are very healthy because they fall sick less. Their digestion is par excellence. Now, if I tell you this, you understand. But what if I have to tell a mood buddhi, person who does not understand the scientific way, that what is brain, where are the glands, how they work, what are enzymes, what is to be secreted, what is sunrise, what is sunset, what is digestive system, why the brain uses only a very minimal part for it, rest what are the part of brain, is it sleeping or is it producing all the enzymes?
Anji.
So if I tell somebody who does not know, I just tell him simply, beta, subah utha karo, Bhagwan ka naam liya karo. Get up early in the morning and pray to God. But what I want is, I want you to get up in the morning.
Right.
If I want to tell you scientifically, I'll tell you. But if I cannot, and you will not understand, I will tell you in the name of religion.
Yes.
That Hindu Sanatan Dharam says, please get up 45 minutes before sunrise.
Jay.
Both things are correct. Both of them are correct. It is only the perspective. People who do not understand. When you go to a big doctor, he does not explain you that this is what is happening. This is what I'm going to do. This is the operation. That is the bypass. I am going to take this and then I'm going to put an insertion. Then I'm going to stitch this. Then I'm going to do the healing. Then these medicines will go in. He just says, please have all this. This is how he does it.
Yes.
The same way the Shastras are written. It is written in two forms. One for the intellectual one, who's craving for the knowledge to understand that why I need to get up early in the morning.
Right.
And the other one, the most of them, 98% of them, getting up early in the morning is religion. Okay, fine. I will abide by my religion.
Yeah.
So, if you think that changing your life would change your stars, the answer is absolutely correct. It will happen.
Yeah.
But if you feel that doing a remedy will change my life, will change my destiny, will change the power of my planets, that is wrong. It is the other way around. We as people have problem is we've changed so much, totally 360-degree, that now it is very difficult for people to get back to their normal selves.
Yep.
If you tell the children today that you need to get up early in the morning, I don't think after the pandemic anybody wants to get up early in the morning.
Yeah. True.
How do you explain it to them?
Yeah.
I hope I can answer your question. I hope.
Yes. So, Bhaiya, another thing in the same segment. हर चीज की remedy होती है. Like, do we have remedy for everything? Can we fix everything?
You cannot fix anything. This is your Brahm, Mithya. This is stupidity that the mind you can fix anything. You cannot. The entire cosmos is working by a code.
Jay.
Today, coding is very important in computer. This coding has been already done millions of years back. Everything works according to the code. Give and you will get. Take and I'll snatch it from you. I'll give you so much of it. भगवान की लाठी में दिखती नहीं है but असर है. That is the saying the master says.
Yes.
When the God beats you, you may not know how he beats you, but you will still feel the pain.
Yeah.
So if you talk about that these things happen, remedies work, first of all, I need to understand. Okay, let me give you an example.
Please.
I met a very, very great sage in Badrinath. No, I think I met him in Haridwar. Yes, Haridwar. I remember. It was a saint, old saint, maybe probably 102, 105 years old.
Oh, okay.
So we were generally discussing about certain things, and the master said that, look, suddenly somebody came with so many rings in his hands. So there was this Saturn stone.
Neelam.
Then there was this Jupiter stone. Then there was this another Mercury stone, probably. So he had 4 or 5 stones on his hand. So the old man said that they are all for you. He said, yes, they are all for me. He said, are they working? He says, I don't know if they're working or not. I cannot say, but yes, maybe, maybe not. So there was this very wonderful thing that he did. He took his pulse, checked his aura, took the stone in his hand and threw it away. That this is not to your frequency.
Wow.
Another stone, he said, it is near your frequency, but not affecting you so much. So he said, you can throw this also. Oh, there is one stone that is oscillating at your frequency.
Wow.
But he said this is one of the worst quality of Neelam or Saturn stone that I have, because Saturn stone is very expensive.
Ji.
I am not that rich, and it is the worst quality found. And you are saying, Maharaj, that this is oscillating at the body at the wavelength that I need.
Quite surprising, yeah.
We go for the best stone, the best clarity, the best thing, the best color.
Right.
But he said this is the best one because it is oscillating at your frequency.
Wow. Amazing.
Only somebody who knows can tell you what is good remedy for you. There is no general remedy for anything. What is deficient in your body, you go for a blood test, you find that, and then you start having that medicine. But calcium is less, phosphorus is less, zinc is missing.
Ji.
How do you find that out?
With the
You
right
need to go
diagnosis.
to a test for it.
Yeah.
There is a diagnostic.
Yeah.
That is why the reason I do not believe in remedies, because remedies are very, 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 very singular. They are particular. They will oscillate at your frequency only. Only you need that. And how do you find out that you actually need a remedy or not? There are certain things. If the karma is bad, no matter what you do, same thing happens to me when people get really offended if I tell them that, okay, you are 23, but you will not get married till 36. They get really offended. That my child is so young, why are you talking like this? It is the karma. It is the destiny. To some people, I tell them, no matter where you marry, you become rich. Because the woman coming into your life is so strong that your destiny will change. Same thing happens in terms of houses. Some people say this Vastu is good. Like in terms of Vastu, every north is good.
Right.
Every south is bad.
Yeah.
That means for everybody, only Budh is good. Mars is all bad.
Man. Yeah.
West facing, you cannot have it just because East is good.
No, I have seen
What if
blunder
my-
happening in the northeast corner.
What if my Surya is my worst planet in the chart
Yeah.
and I am living in an East facing house
Yeah.
and still I'm struggling?
Absolutely valid thing.
And I've been to hundreds and hundreds of pundits, and everybody has told me, "Oh, yoga, strong chart. You will become a minister one day." And the guy says, "I'm looking for a job, man. Forget about being a minister." This is why I do not believe in remedies, because they, in my humble experience, I have a very limited experience. I am not even an astrologer. I feel that please do not get into something that will help you from outside. Nothing can help you. If you have bad health, concentrate on your health and your diet. Concentrate on your exercises. Don't go to anybody. And you will be fine.
So now, Bhaiya, I had the privilege to ask you this remedial segment. Let me ask you one more thing, please, if you allow me.
No.
How many times we have to see or look at our own chart? How many times you do? I know the answer, but please tell me honestly. Because I see certain people, I do see certain people, if not every day, every week, or every minute things in life. They open up their D1, D9 and start doing the postmortem. Is it really healthy to do that if we belong to a Jyotish or to Jyotish community? So please tell me more about that, because like Rab ki song lage, I don't remember the last time I saw my own chart, and I don't.
So you're an intelligent man.
I don't even remember the last time I showed you my chart.
You're an intelligent man. Why do you want to get into all this stupidity? Why do you want to get into? I have seen people, astrologers, and other people following astrology, to talk to me about this nakshatra is rising and this will change in the moon during I will do it after 7:36 today. Because the star is moving from, the moon is moving from this star to this star.
I also get, bhaiya, certain people that we want consultation, but we will only talk after Saturday in this hour and in this hora. I was like, why take your money back? I'm not the right person to talk about.
Getting into too much of this
Can spoil
will kill you from inside. Will kill you from inside.
Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah. Thank you, भैया. ये बहुत जरूरी था सुनना.
Let me add one small point with very small point.
Please.
A lot of people consider Rahu Kal. Rahu Kal is not good. Why Rahu Kal? Because we are worried about the struggles, that we may have hindrances. This is the only reason for Rahu Kal.
Yes. Badnaam hai.
My singular statement, what if Rahu is the best planet in my chart, then what?
Yeah.
Will Rahu Kal become positive for me? These are standard practices. Do not have too much of oil, there'll be blockage in the heart. This is a standard practice. So the standard practice is Rahu Kal may not prove right for you.
Right.
But will the Jupiter Hora do good for you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, too much astrology, bhaiya, sometimes really get to my nerves.
You don't need it. Live your life. Your parents did not plan you. The date was not decided. Today it happens, okay, you go to the doctor and you get the C-section done. But what if you go naturally?
Yeah.
Do you know what time?
Absolutely.
That is what is life. We have started to interfere in God's work. We will pay the price. We are paying the price for it.
We are already. Yeah.
Simple living and high thinking. This should be the mantra. This is what is written in the Vedas. Eat less, 2 meals a day, even if you are the richest person on this earth. One in the morning, one in the evening. And your health will be the best on this earth. Laugh as much as you can. As much as you can.
Yeah, but
Sleep as much as you can. And don't give a two-bit damn about what is happening in the world. Do your karmas. You've come here alone. You'll go back alone. All these things that you see here are very, very temporary.
yeah, true, bhaiya, because if I include the same, another thing in the same segment, like the current transits, people talk more about the current transits. Now Jupiter entered Aquarius. We all know that. People write like crazy. It has entered here in this house, in this nakshatra. Will I get this, that? Like, first of all, I don't understand the analogy or terminology. Will the one planet will decide the whole thing? Is that really possible, bhaiya? Can only the Jupiter can decide about the full destiny of the chart or the karma of the chart?
It doesn't work like this. Sometimes a major planet changing the sign will not even affect me because I am not under the influence of Jupiter.
Yes.
These days.
Yes.
So if you say that certain planet is entering and leaving here and certain planet is retrograding and it is getting direct, or Jupiter from Capricorn is moving into Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of profitability. Jupiter is the planet of money. Now the things will improve. Now things will get better. Now people who are out of work will start getting work. Now things will get better. The elders will do well because this is a sign of elders. Nothing of this sort happens. If I am under the ambit of Jupiter, then only. But what if in my dasha, antardasha, pratyantardasha, sukshma dasha, prana dasha, nothing of Jupiter is happening? What if in the daily gochara or the transit, It is not nearing the moon. It is not affecting anything. It is not even directly or indirectly hitting any part of the chart, which is relevant, which is important. It moves from here to there. What difference does it make to you?
True. Absolutely.
It's just like your neighbor 10 houses away from you. You do not know the neighbor. You do not recognize the neighbor. You have no interaction with the neighbor. He sold the house and the new neighbor has come. What difference does it make to you? Well, the difference that it makes to you, that 10 houses down the lane, my cousin used to live, and now he's shifting, and I'm very sad. There is a relation. You cannot always say that the planet is moved from here to here. It has to make a relation in your chart. You have to be under the ambit of that planet to understand the gochar or the transit about it. Not everybody can say that, okay, this is affecting me in this manner. Yes, people who have certain planets, let's say you have Mars in your Aquarius, you have Saturn in your Aquarius, you have Jupiter already in your Aquarius, or you have Moon in your Aquarius, or you have Rahu in your Aquarius.
Yeah.
Then you can say that, okay, fine, now on my Rahu, Jupiter is come. Why Rahu? Because Rahu is one part of my moon.
Yes.
And Jupiter, due to his ninth aspect, is also going to aspect my moon. So I have one part of moon, that is Rahu, in control of my Jupiter, and my Jupiter's ninth or the Sattvic aspect is going to come on moon itself. So I can say, okay, fine, now Jupiter, I am waiting for Jupiter's transit into Aquarius. But what if it is a neighbor, 10 houses, 20 houses living down the lane, who you do not know, do not see, do not remember, have no interaction. He is going, he is coming, a new one is coming. It's the same thing, dear.
So ज़्यादा अति नहीं करनी.
कुछ नहीं करना. You want to understand transit? Please open your moon chart. Everybody, this goes out to everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody who needs to understand the transit, what is going to happen or will happen with me, do not see it from the Lagna chart, see it from your moon chart.
Moon chart.
Because daily transit affects your body in 1%, 2%, 5%. Like you may fall, or you may increase your weight, or some thing that sickness may come or the sickness may go away. This is the only effect transit has on your body. Rest, everything, it has the effect internally on your mind, on your digestive system, on your thinking system, on your internal health, your sukshma sharira. The right word for it is the subtle body inside your body. The sukshma sharira is affected more by transit. So what happens inside, then it comes outside.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Thank you. And I love segments like this, questions like this, even though they're a bit funny, but I had to ask you. Thank you. Thank you.